Gull Info4U presents 13 ways to actually build confidence in yourself. Confidence, everyone wants it, and we can easily spot it in others. But when it comes to summoning our own confidence, it can feel like an impossible task. The good news is, this sense of confidence is not as elusive as it might feel. There are ways to develop self confidence. Number one method: figure out where your lack of confidence stems from. Finding the root cause for low self confidence can provide a map of how to build up more positive self confidence. A good place to start is through self reflection and journaling. Number two, understand what self confidence feels like for you. Take some time to figure out what confidence feels like in your body. A good question to ask is, how will you know that you are reached a satisfactory level of self confidence? Perhaps you will start speaking up more at work. You might finally wear the outfit you have always wanted to. You may even introduce yourself to your crush at your co working space. This will be different from person to person, so it does not have to make sense to anyone else. This is your personal measurement of confidence. Number three, align with yourself. If you find yourself frequently using the word should, for example, I should be married by 30, I should have a house by next year, or I should have my life together by now, take a step back and reflect. Where is this should coming from? Many of the shoulds in life stems from cultural or familial expectations. With all of these statements, it's helpful to always ask yourself, is this what I truly want for myself? Number 4, most of us don't like experiencing a ton of change at once. A very important key for self improvement work is starting small. Shireen, a life coach and founder of Wholehearted Coaching, says one way to build self confidence is to make small promises to yourself and then follow through. And the key word is small. Do things that are stretched but also realistic for you. So, perhaps you are not a morning person, not committing to wake up at 6 a.m. Every day to do a morning routine, but instead trying out an evening routine. Number 5, adopt a growth mindset. A growth mindset encourages you to explore beyond your current skills and knowledge, keeping in the possibility of improvement open instead of using perhaps or phrases like I'm not confident, just add yet to it, which transforms the old beliefs into I'm not confident yet. This adds the qualifiers that you are in the process of gaining skills to become confident. Number 6, now you will fail, and that's okay. We live in a failure aversive culture where people mostly just talk about their accomplishments. Rarely do you ever get to hear about people's accounts of failure. Understanding that failure happens and is a part of the process of living will help you to live more fully. Number 7, stand up to your inner critic. Sometimes you might hesitate to trust yourself because you receive critical feedback from authority figures earlier in life, like parents, teachers, or community leaders, and you have adopted their criticism as your own belief. But where comes a point when this feedback no longer serves your current life? Standing up to those old criticism can unlock a few new levels of confidence. Number 8, understands that emotions and feelings are temporary. In the book Come As You Are, sex educator and researcher Emily Nagoski, PhD, writes, emotions are tunnels. You have to go all the way through the darkness to get to the light at the end. Emotions go through a cycle of beginning, middle, and end. Although emotions can feel really intense in the moment, they are only temporary. At the very basic level, emotions are physiological responses to stimuli in your environment. Number 9, focus what you can control. A lot of times we base our self confidence on things we actually have no control over. What others people think, the outcomes of a project, others' reactions, etc. Cruz explains to build self confidence, we need to release our attachment to the things we can't control and start basing our self confidence on what we do have control over. Number 10, build a like minded community around you. Research suggests that our views of ourselves are usually inaccurate. Whether you underestimates or overestimates your abilities, you can create a more accurate level of self-confidence in isolation. You need to interact with your environment, hobbies, and other peoples to build confidence. Number 11, take a break from social media. A 2018 study published in Europe's Journal of Psychology found that people who have low self esteem tend to gravitate towards building a false self on social media, which can lead to an inaccurate sense of self and self growth. So, consider taking a break from social media to reconnect with the person you truly are, free from comparisons and trying to impress others. Number 12, cultivate compassion. Cultivating a sense of self compassion can help you to sympathize with yourself when you experience difficulties in life. This can help you turn away from negative, demeaning self talk and towards more loving, nurturing ways to talk to ourselves. Number 13, the last number, find professional support. If building self confidence has become a discouraging pursuit, it might be time to lean on professionals for some guidance.